The internet woke up buzzing again. And this time the whispers were louder, messier, and far more explosive than usual. Timelines filled up within hours as new reports began circulating, claiming that shocking test rumors involving Tamar were being discussed behind closed doors. While Yandy allegedly found herself forced to respond as court chaos surrounding Mendeecees.
We're gonna move on to a story that I'm still up in the air about how I'm gonna respond.
Took a dramatic turn. None of this has been confirmed, but fans are shocked by how fast the conversation spiraled once the headlines started popping up across blogs and comment sections. According to online chatter, the rumors did not come from a single source. Instead, fragments of claims appeared at once, shared, reposted, and twisted with every click. Some fans insisted it was irresponsible gossip.
Are you aware of what really happened to you?
No, I'm not.
Or can you talk about it?
I can talk about it, but I'm not aware of what really happened.
Others argued that the way people close to the situation reacted made the speculation feel heavier. Emotions ran high as viewers watched Yandy's name trend alongside court talk and health-related whispers that many felt should never be used as entertainment at all. What pushed this story into overdrive was the silence. No immediate confirmation, no clear denial. Reaction videos, shaky screenshots, and people reading meaning into every facial expression and every delayed post. Supporters rushed to defend Tamar, saying the rumors crossed a line, while critics questioned why such stories keep surfacing whenever legal pressure builds around people connected to reality television fame. Meanwhile, court rumors involving Mendeecees added fuel to the fire. Alleged legal complications were suddenly being discussed as if they were tied to everything else, creating a narrative where personal health rumors, relationship, loyalty, and courtroom tension blurred into one dramatic storm. Friends, fans, and commentators all seemed to pick sides within hours, and the family was left divided in the court of public opinion long before any facts appeared. This is not a story about what is true. This is a story about what is being said, about how fast rumor becomes reality online, and how quickly lives can be dragged into chaos by unverified claims. And as these reports continue to spread, one question hangs in the air.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all, because I'm telling you to your damn face, you was a bold-faced, bald-headed.
The air louder than all. The rest. How far is too far when entertainment turns into speculation that refuses to slow down? The conversation did not slow down after the first wave of headlines. Instead, it stretched into a long night of speculation, reactions, and emotional responses that felt heavier with every passing hour. People who claimed to be close to the situation began speaking in vague tones online, never naming names directly, but dropping hints that fans quickly connected to Tamar. These were not statements of fact, but reactions to reports floating around. And that distinction mattered to some viewers while others ignored it completely. Tamar herself became the center of a storm she never publicly invited. Fans noticed that her recent appearances were suddenly being re-examined frame by frame. Old interviews resurfaced, and moments that once seemed ordinary were now being twisted into evidence by strangers online. Compassion disappeared for some people, replaced by cold speculation and reckless commentary. Others pushed back hard, calling the entire conversation cruel and unnecessary, reminding everyone that health rumors should never be treated as entertainment. While that debate raged, another layer of drama unfolded as Yandy's name kept coming up in connection with the spreading reports. According to multiple blog posts, Yandy was said to be frustrated by how her family was being dragged into conversations that mixed legal stress with personal gossip. Sources claim she felt backed into a corner, expected to respond simply because people online demanded clarity. Those close to her reportedly said she was torn between staying silent and protecting her household from what she viewed as reckless storytelling. Emotions ran high when a short clip circulated that allegedly showed Yandy speaking sharply to someone off camera. The clip offered no context, but fans filled in the gaps themselves. Some interpreted her tone as anger directed at the rumors. Others believed it was about court pressure involving Mendeecees. Either way, the video went viral, and every pause, every word, and every expression was analyzed as if it carried hidden meaning. The legal chatter surrounding Mendeecees added another emotional weight to the narrative. Court rumors are nothing new in this circle, but this time they arrived alongside deeply personal speculation, making everything feel tangled together. Online commentators suggested that stress from legal matters was spilling into private relationships, while others accused bloggers of deliberately blending unrelated stories to create maximum shock value. The truth remained unclear, but the damage to public perception was already happening in real time. Family members and close friends were reportedly feeling the strain as well. According to people commenting online, private group chats became tense as everyone debated whether to ignore the noise or confront it. Some believed silence allowed rumors to grow unchecked. Others felt that responding would only validate stories that had no confirmed basis. The family was left divided on how to handle the pressure, each person weighing emotional exhaustion. Against public scrutiny, fans watching from the outside felt pulled into the chaos. Some expressed concern for Tamar's mental health, pointing out how relentless speculation can break even the strongest personalities. Others questioned why Yandy was expected to clean up messes she did not create. Comment sections turned into battlegrounds, with supporters clashing over loyalty, responsibility, and the ethics of gossip culture. Phrases like "this has gone too far" appeared repeatedly, even as the same commenters continued refreshing for updates behind the scenes. Bloggers and reaction channels reportedly debated how far to push the story. Some claimed they were simply discussing existing reports. Others openly admitted that controversy drives clicks. The line between commentary and exploitation blurred further as thumbnails grew more dramatic and language more suggestive. Viewers were left wondering whether anyone involved truly cared about the people at the center of the storm, or only about staying relevant in an overcrowded media space. Amid all this, subtle moments stood out. A delayed post, a vague caption about strength and privacy, a supportive comment from a friend that fans interpreted as confirmation of struggle. None of it proved anything, yet each small detail fed the machine. Emotions ran high because people felt personally connected to these figures, as if reality television had erased the boundary between public persona and private pain. By the time the discussion settled into a tense waiting game, the damage was clear. Trust between fans and media voices felt shaken. Families connected to the rumors were reportedly exhausted, and the audience was left with more questions than answers, unsure which parts of the story were inflated, which were misunderstood, and which should never have been shared at all. The situation no longer felt like simple gossip, but like a cautionary tale about how fast speculation can spiral when silence meets sensational headlines. As the night turned into morning, the conversation shifted from shock to suspicion, and that was when tensions reportedly escalated even further. Fans who initially brushed the rumors off as internet nonsense began questioning why so many blogs were suddenly echoing the same language. They noticed similar phrases appearing across platforms, almost as if the narrative had been quietly agreed upon behind the scenes. Fans are shocked, not just by what was being implied, but by how coordinated it all felt. Even without a single confirmed source stepping forward, Tamar's inner circle was said to be deeply unsettled by the direction the talk was taking. People claiming to know her personally posted messages urging compassion and restraint, carefully choosing words that acknowledged the noise without validating it. These posts were quickly screenshotted, reposted, and analyzed as if they were coded messages. Fans debated whether those closest to Tamar were trying to deny the rumors without addressing them directly, or simply asking for basic human decency in a moment that had spiraled out of control. At the same time, Yandy was reportedly dealing with her own storm, one that blended online pressure with offline responsibilities. Sources speaking in comment sections claimed she was receiving non-stop messages demanding answers, explanations, and even apologies for things she had never publicly addressed. The expectation that she speak out seemed to grow louder by the hour. Some fans argued that her silence looked suspicious, while others defended her fiercely, saying she owed the public nothing. Emotions ran high when another alleged insider account hinted that Yandy had reached her breaking point. According to these claims, she was frustrated that her family's legal stress was being used as fuel for unrelated rumors. People online speculated about tense conversations happening behind closed doors, imagining arguments that may or may not have occurred. Dialogues were invented in tweets and comments, with users writing imagined exchanges between Yandy and Mendeecees as if they were scenes from a new season of reality television. The court rumors surrounding Mendeecees refused to die down either. Reports referenced past cases, old paperwork, and vague mentions of new hearings, none of which were clearly verified. Fans tried connecting dots, suggesting that legal uncertainty might explain recent changes in behavior or public appearances. Others pushed back, saying this was a classic example of internet detectives overreaching, turning coincidence into narrative. Still, the mix of legal talk and personal gossip created an atmosphere of constant tension. Family dynamics became a major focus of speculation. Commenters claimed that relatives were split on how to handle the attention, with some wanting to confront the rumors head-on and others insisting on staying quiet. The family was left divided, at least in the stories fans told each other online. These imagined divisions became part of the larger drama, even without any direct confirmation from those involved. Fans also began revisiting old reality TV moments, replaying arguments and emotional scenes with a new lens. Moments that once felt dramatic but harmless were now framed as potential warning signs. Fans are shocked by how quickly the narrative shifted from entertainment to something darker. Critics of gossip culture spoke up, reminding viewers that editing and storytelling can distort reality, especially when audiences project new meanings onto old footage. Meanwhile, reaction channels amplified every development, sometimes questioning the ethics of the conversation while still participating in it. Creators framed their videos as commentary on reports, repeatedly stating that nothing had been confirmed. Yet, the dramatic tone often overshadowed those disclaimers. Viewers were pulled in by suspenseful delivery and emotional language, even as they were reminded to take everything with caution. Tamar's supporters flooded social media with messages of love and encouragement, trying to drown out the speculation with positivity. They shared stories about resilience, growth, and survival, subtly shifting the focus away from rumors and toward empathy. These efforts were praised by some and mocked by others who accused fans of ignoring uncomfortable questions. The divide between compassion and curiosity became more pronounced with each passing hour in the background. The pressure of constant surveillance took its toll. People discussed how exhausting it must feel to wake up and see your name attached to headlines you never consented to. Emotions ran high not only for those directly involved, but for fans who felt emotionally invested after years of watching these lives unfold on screen. The line between viewer and participant blurred, as if everyone was somehow part of the unfolding chaos. By the end of that phase of the conversation, nothing had been clarified, yet everything felt heavier. The rumors had evolved, the reactions had multiplied, and the sense of unease lingered. What began as whispered reports had grown into a sprawling online debate about privacy, responsibility, and the cost of turning real people into endless content. The story continued to shift, shaped less by facts and more by emotion, leaving everyone watching unsure of what would come next, but fully aware that the impact was already being felt. The conversation only grew louder as new angles were pulled into the mix, and suddenly the focus widened beyond the original whispers. Fans began dissecting body language from recent interviews, slowing down clips and reading meaning into pauses, sighs, and half smiles. Fans are shocked by how something as small as a delayed response or a turned shoulder could become evidence in an unproven narrative. Each clip was treated like a clue, and every frame sparked a fresh debate about what might really be happening behind the scenes. According to online chatter, Tamar was said to be leaning heavily on her faith and close friends during this period. Posts attributed to people claiming insider knowledge described late-night phone calls filled with tears, frustration, and disbelief. Whether true or not, these stories spread quickly, painting an emotional picture of someone overwhelmed by rumors she never agreed to address publicly. Supporters shared messages urging kindness, reminding everyone that speculation can leave real scars even when it is framed as entertainment. Yandy, meanwhile, was portrayed in a very different emotional space. Commentary suggested she was operating in protection mode, focused on shielding her family from what felt like non-stop scrutiny. Fans imagined tense moments at home, with whispered conversations about legal strategies and public perception. Some even wrote imagined dialogue, claiming Yandy told Mendeecees that the noise was becoming unbearable, while he allegedly urged patience and silence. Emotions ran high in these retellings, blurring the line between observation and storytelling. The legal chatter surrounding Mendeecees took on a life of its own when unnamed sources hinted at courtroom confusion and unexpected delays. Blogs referenced alleged paperwork issues and sudden schedule changes, though no official confirmation surfaced. Still, the idea of court chaos fueled anxiety among fans, who debated what it could mean for the family's future. Some argued that the rumors were exaggerated echoes of old cases, recycled to fit a new dramatic moment. Others insisted that where there is smoke, there must be fire. Family reactions became a major talking point, especially when extended relatives were rumored to disagree on how visible the family should remain. Fans speculated about arguments over social media posts, with some wanting to post supportive messages and others insisting on complete silence. The family was left divided in these narratives, symbolizing the broader split among viewers themselves. Some demanded transparency, while others felt the situation called for empathy and restraint. Friends and fellow cast members were also pulled into the storm. Every like, unfollow, or cryptic caption was analyzed as a possible statement. When one familiar face posted a vague message about truth and patience, fans immediately connected it to the unfolding drama. Reaction videos popped up within hours, interpreting the post as support for one side or another. Fans are shocked by how quickly neutral messages were transformed into perceived alliances. As the story evolved, discussions shifted toward the mental and emotional cost of public speculation. Commentators questioned how sustainable it was for reality stars to live under constant judgment, especially when rumors touch on deeply personal subjects. Emotions ran high in comment sections where viewers shared their own experiences with gossip and misinformation, drawing parallels between celebrity drama and everyday life. These moments of reflection briefly slowed the frenzy, but they rarely stopped it. The narrative took another turn when old interviews resurfaced, featuring statements that now felt loaded in the context of current reports. Sentences once seen as casual were reinterpreted as foreshadowing. Fans debated whether this was fair analysis or revisionist thinking driven by hindsight. Still, the clips circulated widely, reinforcing the sense that everything was connected, even if that connection existed only in the imagination of the audience. Amid all of this, there was growing awareness that the story had become bigger than any single rumor. It was now about trust, credibility, and the responsibility of platforms that amplify speculation. Some creators openly admitted they were conflicted, torn between delivering what viewers wanted and questioning whether the coverage had gone too far. Yet the views kept climbing, and the conversation kept expanding. Supporters of all parties tried to reclaim the narrative by emphasizing humanity over headlines. They reminded others that no official statements had been made and that rumors thrive in silence and uncertainty. Still, the suspense remained. The lack of clarity only intensified curiosity, leaving fans refreshing feeds and waiting for the next development. Bye. The time this phase of the story settled into a tense pause. Nothing concrete had emerged, yet the emotional weight had increased. Relationships were being judged, motives questioned, and futures imagined, all without confirmation. The drama lived on through commentary and speculation, sustained by a mix of concern, fascination, and the undeniable pull of unanswered questions that refused to fade as the noise continued. Another wave of discussion centered on how quickly narratives can harden into assumed truths. Fans noticed that even when posts were framed as questions, the comments beneath them often spoke with certainty. That shift worried some viewers who began calling out the way speculation was turning into judgment. Fans are shocked by how fast a rumor can feel official once it has been repeated enough times across platforms, even without a single verified source to anchor it. Commentary around Tamar took on a more protective tone as supporters pushed back against what they felt crossed a line. Many argued that health-related rumors should never be used as entertainment, regardless of how public a person's life may be. Messages flooded timelines, urging compassion and reminding others that silence does not equal guilt. In imagined retellings, Tamar was described as exhausted by the constant need to defend herself against stories she never agreed to participate in. Emotions ran high as these portrayals painted a picture of someone trying to preserve dignity while the internet demanded answers. At the same time, the focus on Yandy and Mendeecees refused to cool down. Online analysts dissected every public appearance, from facial expressions to the way they walked into rooms. Some fans claimed Yandy looked tense and guarded, while others insisted she appeared calm and strategic. Mendeecees was portrayed as quiet and withdrawn, a detail that fueled further theories about legal pressure and private stress. Whether accurate or not, these interpretations added layers to the ongoing drama, making it feel like a slow-moving series rather than a fleeting headline. Friends of the couple were once again placed under a microscope. When one associate declined to comment during a live stream, viewers interpreted it as confirmation that something serious was unfolding. Reaction channels replayed the clip repeatedly, pausing to analyze tone and phrasing. Fans are shocked by how silence itself became a statement in the eyes of the audience. Even neutral actions were no longer neutral once framed within the larger narrative. The conversation also shifted toward accountability in gossip culture. Some creators began acknowledging that, while sensational stories drive views, they also shape public perception in lasting ways. Debates erupted over whether disclaimers were enough to protect those being discussed. Viewers argued back and forth, with some insisting that commentary is harmless if framed as rumor, and others pointing out the real emotional toll such stories can take. The family was left divided in these discussions, not just the one at the center of the story, but the broader community watching it unfold. Another twist came when fans revisited old social media posts that seemed to contradict the current rumors. Screenshots circulated showing moments of joy, unity, and optimism, challenging the darker interpretations spreading online. Some used these posts as proof that the situation was being exaggerated, while others argued that public smiles often hide private struggles. This push and pull kept the suspense alive, showing that no single narrative could fully take control. Amid the speculation, a quieter group of viewers focused on the larger lesson behind the chaos. They spoke about how reality television blurs the boundary between entertainment and real life, encouraging audiences to feel entitled to personal details. Emotions ran high as people shared stories of being misunderstood or misjudged themselves. Finding uncomfortable parallels in the unfolding commentary, these reflections added depth to the drama, reminding everyone that behind every headline is a human being navigating real consequences. As days passed, the absence of official clarification continued to fuel imagination. Some fans expected a dramatic statement or a tell-all interview, while others believed silence was the most powerful response. The waiting itself became part of the story, with anticipation building each time a new post appeared. Fans are shocked by how suspense can be sustained not by events, but by the lack of them. The narrative reached a point where fatigue set in alongside curiosity. Even those deeply invested began questioning how much longer the cycle could continue without new information. Yet the story refused to disappear, resurfacing through reaction videos, comment threads, and speculative discussions. It had become less about specific rumors and more about the culture that allows them to thrive. By the time the conversation slowed, there were still no confirmed answers, only layered interpretations and emotional reactions. Relationships had been analyzed, intentions debated, and boundaries tested. The drama lingered not because of proof, but because of possibility. In the end, what remained was a reminder of how quickly commentary can spiral into chaos, leaving everyone watching with the same unanswered question of where truth ends and storytelling begins. So now that you have heard all the reports, the reactions, and the speculation surrounding these stories, the biggest question is, what do you believe is really going on behind the scenes? This entire situation shows how fast rumors can spread and how quickly commentary can turn into chaos when emotions are involved. Fans are shocked, opinions are split, and the conversation is far from over. Some people feel sympathy, others feel anger. And many are still searching for clarity in a space filled with noise. This is exactly why your voice matters here. Do you think these reports are being blown out of proportion? Or do you believe there is more that has not yet come to light? Are Yandy and Mendeecees being unfairly judged? Or is the pressure coming from unresolved issues that fans have sensed for years? And when it comes to Tamar, do you think the internet crossed a line? Or is this just another example of how public figures are constantly scrutinized without proof? If you have been following this drama closely, this is your moment to speak up. Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell everyone where you stand. Reading your opinions helps shape future discussions and keeps these conversations alive. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep dives into the stories everyone is talking about, make sure you like this video so it reaches more viewers who are just as invested as you are. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because you do not want to miss what comes next. These stories evolve fast, and new reports surface when you least expect them. Stay connected, stay curious, and stay part of the conversation. Because in this world of gossip and speculation, your